All right, guys, as many of you guys actually know, I actually served in the United States Navy from the year 2000 to 2004. I attended boot camp at Great Lakes, Illinois, outside of Chicago. That is the only basic training facility for the Navy. I believe they actually used to have one in California, but that was way before my time. Guys, I think I've said this before. I've been pretty clear. I would not join the military today. In the year 2023 of our Lord, I would not join the woke military. The military, guys, is actually struggling. They're not meeting their numbers. And what the military has done, I'm not surprised that people don't want to join the military. The military has gotten woke. Now, woke people will not survive in a real military. Back when I was in, I'm not trying to sound like, the old man back in my day, not trying to do that, but I'm just being real. Social justice warriors would not fit in the military. They just wouldn't. Social justice warriors don't take orders. It's pretty simple, guys. When I was in the military, you followed orders or people die. Combat is actually a real thing, guys. It's a real thing. In the year 2000, 17 sailors, same Navy base where I was, they were deployed out in the Gulf of Oman, if I'm not mistaken. They refueled in Yemen. Al Qaeda blew the ship up. 17 sailors got killed. Social justice warriors do not belong in the military. Now, when I was in boot camp, there is women at boot camp. They have their own birthing areas. Men do not go in there. Actually, guys, let me lay the groundwork for the way the birthing area was, which we actually called the ship when I was in boot camp. It was probably like 70 guys or so in there. And when you went to the showers, everybody went in all together, butt naked. Everything was exposed. Everything. Even the stalls, if you wanted to take a pee or take a dump, there was no door. There was no door at all, guys. You took your dump, handled your business, and that was it. But now today in the modern military, we got a story here from the Army. Now, I told you about the Navy because I was actually in the Navy. Now, guys, they're letting the T's into the military. And there is some cause for concern, guys. Based on this subject we're going to be talking about here, I believe there's probably going to be a lot of women and men that don't want to join the military. Look at this, guys. Female military recruit forced to shower with two trans-identifying men, considered resigning, senator says. Yeah, this is concerning right here, guys. A female in boot camp forced to shower with men identifying as women. And I'm pretty sure the standards are still the same. When you go in that shower, there is no individual showers, guys. It's one open space. Everybody walks in, takes a shower. There's nothing to cover you up. So this female recruit exposed to male genitalia, that is a major problem. Even when you actually get to the fleet, in the Navy, if you're on a ship with women, now I believe maybe all the ships now actually have women, but back when I was in, my ship had women, but not a lot of ships actually had women. There was a female birthing area. Female and male birthing areas, that was it. There wasn't no non-binary, no trans birthing area, because you know what? That wasn't even a thing. I mean, back in 2000, 2004, nobody even knew what a non-binary was. And actually, if you asked a whole bunch of people today, they still wouldn't know what non-binary is. Especially, as people that are older than me, if you ask somebody in their 60s, they're going to be like, What's non-binary? They're not going to know. But you know that the Navy actually had this person in the Navy identifying as non-binary. And guess what? I'm willing to bet, since he's a male, he's sleeping in the male birthing areas, depending on his department. Because the birthing area is actually set up by department. So he's in a male birthing area. He's not in the female birthing area. This is the guy that's going around and doing drag. And if he's actually doing drag on the messtats, I actually put him in the thumbnail of this video. I believe that was on the messtats, and I find that to be very, very offensive because when it comes to the messtats, man, that's what people eat. But when you go on into the messtats, you always take off your cover or your hat. You never wear it on the messtats. Why? Out of respect for the fallen. People that have lost their lives. And this man is desecrating the messtats. I hope that photo isn't from the messtats, but I really couldn't tell. But still, let's look at this here. A military recruit who was allegedly forced to shower with and sleep alongside two trans-identifying men considered resigning after the situation caused her significant distress, according to a Republican senator. Senator Mike Rounds said during a congressional hearing last week that he was alerted to the situation by the Attorney General of the South Dakota National Guard. Quote, a young woman in the South Dakota National Guard experienced a situation at basic training where she was sleeping in open bays. That's another thing. Ain't nothing private when you're in boot camp. It's open. You got your rats, open to everything. But anyway, and showering with biological males who had not had gender reassignment surgery, but were documented as females because they had begun the drug therapy process, Rounds said at the July 11th Senate Armed Services Committee hearing. This is disturbing. I don't care if these people actually had surgery or not. Those are biological males exposing themselves to women. That should not be happening, man. Rounds said the anonymous 18-year-old recruit was, quote, uncomfortable with a situation, but had limited options on how to deal with it. Quote, as she raised her hand, she feared she'd be targeted for retaliation, Rounds said. She could have recycled, which would have delayed her freshman college start and would not have provided a guarantee of a different situation. She could request to leave the Guard for religious purposes and not be able to pursue her dream of serving our country. Now, what they're talking about is recycling is when you're in boot camp, you can actually be put back a week for several things, Let's say like you fail your physical fitness test, your initial assessment, they can actually put you back a week. And so that's going to delay you actually getting out of boot camp. We actually had a guy, I never forget this, Navy boot camp, 9 weeks when I was in. This one guy was on his last day and he did something. I can't remember exactly what it was. He had said something, out of line to one of the RDCs, and they brought him all the way back to P days. Now, P days in the Navy don't even count towards your training. So you have 8 weeks of training, but the P days, they sent him back to his processing days. So he was stuck at boot camp for a very, very long time. But if she complained about that, she would have been delayed. That is disturbing, man. The committee met for the confirmation hearing of General Charles C.Q. Brown, Jr., Beijing Biden's pick for Joint Chiefs of Staff chairman. Rounds asked Brown how he would handle the challenging situations like this. Quote, if confirmed as the chairman, how do you propose to handle situations like this, which I truly believe may be impacting recruitment and morale by placing a disproportionate emphasis on gender-related ideology, Rounds asked. Quote, Senator, one of the things I've thought about throughout my career, as you're being inclusive, you also don't want to make other other individuals uncomfortable. Brown responded, adding that as the military gets feedback like this, we have to take a look to see if we can improve on how we approach situations like this. So wait a minute. He's talking about as you're being inclusive. What? My goodness, man. This is ridiculous. The Justice Department said in a statement that the recruit should raise her concerns with her superiors. Quote, DOD policy is that all service members must be treated with dignity and respect. We would encourage any troop who's feeling uncomfortable or has concerns about privacy and shared spaces to work through their chain of command. Commanders may employ reasonable accommodations to respect the privacy interests of service members. The thing is, man, you're in boot camp. You're in boot camp. When you're in the barracks, man, and showering with people, that's not good. That's not going to change. I mean, this is disgusting, man. Look at this. The Army, Navy, and Air Force have all said they expect to miss their recruiting goals by thousands this year. Yeah, because when you push wokeness out there, stuff like this is a problem. And the drag queen in the Navy, this I was talking about last year, the U.S. Navy hired Harpy Daniels. Wow. An active duty sailor and drag queen who identifies as non-binary to be the face of the Navy's campaign to fight drop-in recruitment. The military is woke, guys. The military is woke. They don't even care about a female being exposed to male genitalia. Why? To be inclusive. This is a major problem, guys. I wouldn't join this Navy, man. You know what? When I was in the Navy, I was actually complaining, because on a Navy ship, you do a whole bunch of cleaning. It's called sweepers or field days. I was like, man, I complained about that, but I get that personal hygiene is key, and it's always been like that. But the stuff they're pushing now, guys, is on a whole nother level. I'm pretty sure that Russia and China don't have to worry about stuff like this. I mean, guys, a few years back, you saw those woke recruitment videos for the U.S. military, talking about the two moms and everything. And then you look at the Chinese recruitment videos and like, man, that's inspirational. You look at Russia's recruitment videos, inspirational. While the U.S. military is pushing woke propaganda, our enemies are laughing at us, guys. They are laughing at us. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.